I'm Rowyn. I'm a 19-year-old film student. My passions are writing and music and cinematography and creativity in general. That's what I'm all about. It's making beautiful things with other people. My gender identity is non-binary, but I've also can say that I'm agender. Sometimes feel that my gender is fluid, sometimes feel more transmasculine, sometimes just genderless, and I want gender to just go out the window and leave me alone forever. But my natural talking range is not where I want to be, and so I'm still having that debate with myself on which is more important. You can't prioritise these kind of things. And it's like personal happiness when it comes to my passion, or personal happiness when it comes to communicating with people. They're both so important.
Shall we stick to the simplest chords? 'Cause they're the ones we know when the melodies are rising. Or maybe I should sing out of tune, just to see if they're paying attention. I think it is rude for me to choose. Never believe all.
Because the more certain we are about ourselves, the more certain other people will become of us. There's obviously still, it's a dog. So there's obviously still like a really long way to go in terms of, non-binary representation and acceptance with cis people and even other people in the trans community. But coming out as non-binary, coming out as trans has made me so much more confident and so much more comfortable in who I am. And so, I'd recommend to anyone who is questioning their gender not to be afraid of what people will say, because in the end it's always best for you. I often feel most uncomfortable when I'm trying to describe dysphoria to cis people, and I know that there's no way they're ever going to fully comprehend what I'm talking about, so it often just feels like a wasted effort. The closest I've had to describing like chest dysphoria, for example, is it's the opposite of having a phantom limb. So it's like when you look in the mirror, your body is surprised by what's there, because when you're not looking at it, it's gone. And when you recognise it, it's painful. Think about if I was to go back in time and say something to the younger version of me, I'd just be like, chill out. It can be stressful, but there's so many external forces that are going to be more stressful than the internal struggle. So if you just chill out with what you're feeling and come to terms with it in a way that makes you happy, then that's going to be so much better than like tearing your life apart figuring out who you are. So non-binary representation is like massively important to me, because when you're transitioning and you want to have like a role model to look up to, you want to see that end point in the distance, and it wasn't there for me, and it hasn't been there yet in popular media, and that makes it really difficult. It makes it so much more complicated to figure out who you are when you don't even know what you could be. There were points in my adolescence where I thought, am I going to get to that point? And there's still points now where I think, it might not be feasible, but yeah, like I said, it's surviving. And I've survived so far.